Alright guys, welcome back to another video. We got the GT500 tuning finished up last video. We were at the drag strip finally. Worldwide Technology Raceway. Just got finished draining out some of the coolant. We're going to toss some ice in here. And everything else seems to be good to go. We got octane booster in the tank, about half a can, half tank of fuel. Should be running roughly 100 octane with that. And then I got the 93 Plus tune in here, and we'll see how it does. So, definitely a little nervous. We got teched in and everything. My first time at this track. But we'll see what happens. Don't have the trailer or anything with me. Just kind of seeing how it does. So basically a street car challenge. Let's get her done. What we're gonna go ahead and do, start out, we're gonna try launching at 4,500 RPM, no two-step, and kind of see where that leads. Tire pressure is 14 cold, drove over here, so it's a tad warmer now, but it should be fine. And kind of see what happens. Shock settings are staying the same as they were in Rockingham, so hopefully we'll see how it goes. Ice down already, and definitely a little nervous. Been a minute since I've been out here, but see what happens.
Side. 11:10 with a 616.38 miles an hour for the Camaro. The Mustang 12:30 with a 7, 124.08 miles an hour at top speed.
Well, that blows. Totally missed second gear, but whatever. On to the next run. Alrighty guys, we just got back, and obviously I got locked out a second, so that's pretty trashy. Sucks. I really thought that shade brace was going to do something about it, but evidently we still got the problem there. So anyway, 1.760 foot. It's actually not half bad for what I usually run. 1.68 is another one I've done, not here, but in the past. So that's actually not the worst, especially for not using the watt box anymore. So obviously got locked at a second, but mile per hour 124, so that's usually where it is. 132 is my best, but again, we lost a good second or two trying to figure out first and second gear. Flame pops are not the greatest. Probably hit the limiter on that first one. For sure hit the limiter. Again, not super happy about that, but thankfully it's at least at a safe 6,500 RPM now instead of wherever the hell it was before. But I'm gonna go ahead and re-ice down the car and give this another shot. I want to get a much better time than that. That's trash. So re-ice down, went ahead and looked over the log just to see what happened. And looks like I bogged pretty decently off the line, but we still got a 1.760 foot, which isn't terrible. Better than, like, you know, could always be worse. But that's not the worst in the world. Then I need to work on my transition. Like I said, I'm used to a two-step, so trying to break that habit is going to be interesting. And hopefully we can get the 1-2 shift solid this time. So I guess we'll see what happens. And rained out. Back at the garage, as you can see, the car's here. Nothing terrible happened at the drag strip. It didn't die, but the 3/4 shift was pretty gnarly as well. I was looking back at the footage. I didn't realize I popped the limiter on that. And what happened was I literally just, I flat-footed it, went into autopilot mode, not thinking, and yeah, not the greatest idea. So really need to figure out my shifting a little bit. Not using the watt box or flat foot shifting is a new technique. I have flat foot shifted this car for like 3 years, 2 years really. And it's definitely, it honestly takes some weird getting used to at wide open throttle to lift properly and do a normal shift. So I know it sounds weird, but we'll get there. So I took a little bit of time before posting this video because I kind of wanted to look into a couple different options for transmission stuff. As you guys know, I have the Barton short throw shifter, the Shea torque limiter brace. We got a solid steel clutch line, decently freshish fluid. It's not the newest, but we just did a transmission fluid change. I'm trying to think what else, what are the big heavy hitters. The RXT clutch is in there. So a lot of the known issues with the TR6060 1.2 lockout are more or less taken care of. I could always go to an MGW G2, which is a pretty solid shifter. I was looking into it in the comparisons. The Barton does have a lot of slop, but I don't think that's my 1.2 lockout issue. So I went ahead and hopped on the forums and also talked to some people on the GT500 page. And what it comes down to is you really got to baby the 1.2 shifts in order to get it to work. Even then, I mean, you're still gonna get a lockout and it sucks. So everything else with the car, I absolutely love at this point. We got our exhaust sorted out, sounds great. Cams, sounds great. Power, makes good power, it feels solid. I did look into a dyno day, to be determined basically. They're pretty busy right now, so that won't be anytime soon. But back on the topic of the car, like gear change is good, she sounds good, she launches good. We're not spinning off the line, we're not, bogging crazy. I gotta work in my transition a little bit, let the clutch slip a hair more and stab the gas faster off the line. That'll help with that bog. But where I'm going with this, pretty much everything's taken care of. So last thing that we can do is get the transmission synchronizers done on the 1.2. So the second gear synchronizer in particular is factory gnarly. Mine doesn't grind, so it's not like totally shot. Definitely not great though. And what it comes down to, after looking into it, there's really no way to go about it but getting the whole thing done. So I just got the car back together, as you guys know. This also isn't a dedicated race car, so I'm kind of on the fence of if I want to do that. But I think having a reliable 1.2 shift is pretty high on the priority list. So the way forward for me, I'm going to hold off on doing anything right now. I'm going to leave it alone. We're just going to go to the track, baby it, deal with it. So I do want to get a good time in here. I want a sub 10, obviously. Preferably a sub 10.7, which would be sweet. 10.5 is what I'm kind of shooting for. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so I was looking at transmission build options. We got Tick Performance. They do a lot of TR66 stuff, but I think that's a little bit overkill for what I'm after. And I'm probably going to go with a more budget-friendly option. We could just do the Synchro, but this car does have 50,000 miles on it. It's from 2007. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do probably the Ben Calamer Stage 1. I was looking at their site, and he does mildly upgraded shift fork pads or something like that, the upgraded synchros, and a few other things here and there, assembly, reassembly, cleaning, all that fun stuff, new seals and bearings as needed. So I think that's going to be the route we go, but not until probably this upcoming winter. During that time, I'll have enough time to like budget out a little bit for it. It's going to be about $2 grand to send it off and get it back, including shipping, assuming prices don't go up again. And during that time, I think it's also smart to go ahead and take the RXT clutch out, send it off, get it rebuilt, and put back in as well, new slave and everything like that. Just kind of make sure everything's happy. Probably going to do an MGW Gen 2 sometime through this year. I do think it would benefit, but I don't think it's going to fix my issue. So that's kind of what's going on with the car. I wanted to give you guys an update from that drag run. I've had some time to process and kind of think through everything before posting this video. So that's it, guys. That's really about it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully we'll have the next track outing. I don't want to beat on the car too hard, but I mean, I do enjoy it. It's the only place to really go wild and not instantly get pulled over by the cops. Let's find some good back roads. Other than that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to cover. I think we're good. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy. Oh, I almost forgot. Last thing was track days around here are weird. So on Wednesdays instead of Fridays, work day, which sucks. They do have one Friday coming up, and then their Wednesdays, like, it's not even every week. Like, this one was 2 weeks apart. So that next one's May 18th, and they don't have another one until like July. So I don't know what's up with that. It's really weird. But hopefully we'll get some good track times in and see what's up. But again, like I was saying, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one, and take it easy.